put the document
hold
in
on.
there.
Let me record. Let me record, y'all. Hold on. Tiff and I, you fired Abigail, you fired Yakar, you fired James, you fired Joaquin. I'm gonna give you a pass. No, just laugh. Y'all supposed to remind me to record.
Oh, that's you recording all this time.
Y'all fired. Oh my God.
My bad.
All of them. Good Lord. You take care all by yourself, bro, right?
Look. I love y'all, but y'all fired.
Look, I need that in writing so I can draw my unemployment.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Give me my money.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Is this me? Is this supposed to be? Let me see. I wasn't even ready for y'all.
I'm getting ready to pull it up your car.
Yeah, here I go.
Give me one
more.
more.
Okay, yeah. Oh, go on. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Your car. Go ahead. You're doing your
Yeah, that's what.
Word.
I don't know. What is he?
Yeah. I gotta wait for it to record to start.
Okay.
It says we're live.
Okay,
on
then
YouTube.
I'm gonna pull it up.
And again, I apologize to everybody waiting as long as they did. I'm like,
we've been having a good conversation.
I was trying to order it, I was trying to put everything in the correct order. So
yeah, we've been having a good conversation, brother.
Oh, good.
It's been all good.
Hallelujah.
Okay, we're recording. Okay, we're good. Let me pull it up. The car for you. Y'all don't know. I be looking forward to Shabbat, boy. Y'all don't know, man. Y'all be giving me, man, that energy. You know what I'm saying? That I be having, man. I'm telling you, we all do. We walk among, devils all week long. Yeah. In the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? And you be trying to reach them and talk to them. And it's just like the empty look on their face. They don't get it. And it's just something else when you can get around brothers and sisters that you're on the same page with. Okay, we're good.
Okay. Can you all see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me.
All
right. Mashiach anointed at Bethany. I'm coming from Matthew, the 26th chapter, verses 6 through 13, and they read as follows. And when Yahushua was in Bethany, at the house of Simon the leper, a woman came to him having an alabaster flask of costly perfume, and she poured it on his head as he sat at the table. And when his taught ones saw it, they were much displeased, saying, "To what purpose is this waste? For this perfume could have been sold for much and given to the poor." However, when Yahushua noticed it, he said to them, "Why do you trouble the woman? For she has done a good work toward me. For you always have the poor with you, but me you have not always. For in pouring this perfume on my body, she did it for my burial. Truly I say to you, wherever this good news is proclaimed in all the world, what this woman has done shall be spoken of also to her remembrance." Praise Yah. Todia.
Praise Yah. Hallelujah.
Praise.
All right. Yakar, Yakub, you want to pray us in?
Yep.
All right. As we always do, turn to the east.
Yes.
Towards Jerusalem, or Yerushalayim.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Father Yahweh, first of all, I come before you thanking you for another Sabbath, another day, to come before your presence and worship and praise in honor of you, Father Yahweh, for all the good you have done, for the blessings we received throughout the week, Father. I ask that you cover us, each and every one of us, our families. Be with us. Save us. Deliver us. Keep on doing as you always have done by providing for us, being Yahweh Yireh, Father. We thank you for all you have done. I ask that you would pour out your understanding and your Torah upon your people, that we can understand your word even more, Father, even clearer, Father. Come into our hearts, renew us, and forgive our sins. I pray this in Yahshua's name. Hallelujah. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Mm.
So be it. Beautiful, beautiful prayer. Oh, okay. Whew. Coffee. No, I'm trying to destroy this computer. Okay. All right. All right. So last week we went over to the Table of Nations. So we're going to do the same, but we're going to come from Shem. Brother Joaquin is going to break down that lineage. So Joaquin, you do have the floor, brother.
Is the screen showing?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Khan.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Beautiful.
Okay. Wonderful. And this is the name of all of these lessons. That's going to be, now these are the generations of Noah.
All right.
That's what the whole thing's going to be called. Whether we do Shem, Ham, or Yaphet, that's the going. That's the name. And
Hallelujah.
number one, well, I want to sort of reintroduce things, just to clean up some of the stuff that I didn't get a chance to get on our last meeting there. The descendants of Noah. There were 70 biblical nations that came out of the three sons of Noah, according to Genesis chapter 10, verses 1 through 32. These are Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Yaphet, and this actually is the correct order of their names, and I'll give you proof of that. See, when the Bible introduces the brothers for the first time, they're listed in the order Shem, Ham, and Yaphet. And according to Genesis 5:32, and Noah was 500 years old and procreated three sons, Shem, Ham, and Yaphet. Admittedly, from this verse alone, we don't have enough information to believe this is a chronological order yet. But consequently, when we read further on, we find a pattern. All three brothers appear together in the Bible only 6 times, and the 6 verses below show that Yahweh, I should put Yahweh there, but he enumerates them as Shem, Ham, and Yaphet. Genesis 5:32, and Noah was 500 years old, and he procreated 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Yaphet. Sister Yakar, do you have it in the Sefer?
Sure. What do you need? You want me to bring that?
Genesis 5:32.
Okay, hold on. Excuse me. Genesis 5:32 says, and Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Yaphet.
I like it more in the words that are closest to Hebrew. I got it from a site. Here's a site here at the bottom.
Yeah.
I actually prefer the words of the Sefer above in really any of the other translations, because they for one, they don't blot out the name of Yahweh.
Okay.
Whether they pronounce it Yahuwah, look, you're getting close enough. So, you know, as long as they're going to sit here and they're going to try to eliminate the name, I don't really want to deal with that version, because you know, the further we get away from Yahweh, you know, the more that conjecture and speculation can play a part. And so no, that's so and this version that they recorded on this website, it's, you know, I only kept it because it was what they said.
It's 6 o'clock.
I cite them here at the bottom of the page here, but then Genesis 6 and 10. In fact, I'm going to myself read it in the.
I have it up in the Sefer if you want me to go. I got the Sefer up now.
Oh, sure, that's fine, sure.
Okay, so Genesis 6 and 10 is, and Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Yep, exactly. That's number 3 now, and now 7 and 13 is the same. I got it this time, sis. In the same day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's woman, and the 3 women of his sons with them into the ark. Mm-hmm. Then 9 and 18, not quite clear.
And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Ham is the father of Canaan. Am I saying that right? Canaan. Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's good. And that's I don't mind getting us used to hearing the names as they're pronounced in the original language. That way, we don't, we're getting closer and closer to that the real translation. Mm-hmm. And just to be able to hear and to understand Yahweh's word from a Hebrew perspective rather than a Western perspective is, that's about everything that we're shooting for. Mm-hmm. And then in Genesis chapter 10 verse 1.
Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and unto them were sons born after the flood.
Yes. Yep. They had sons after the flood. Of course, we're going to be getting into them as well. Then I'm trying to hurry up and get to First Chronicles here. Having time getting that at the moment. Oh, here we go.
I'm there if you want me to go. I'm there.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So again, it's giving their names.
Yeah, it's just it's giving us the order and
mm-hmm.
That, I mean, you can't ask for more, and notice the order. Of course, they're gonna start with the father, then with the oldest son, then the middle son, then the youngest son. So that's how they've done throughout. And by adding Noah to the mix, Yahweh even makes his intention clearer for what the chronological order is. Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. With Noah, obviously the oldest one because he is the father. Secondly comes his oldest son Shem, then his middle son Ham, then Japheth, the baby of the 3. Therefore, we have to conclude that the true chronological order is Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Yeah. So So if anyone wants to argue, then then you've got some information you can give them.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's one note I wanted to make about genetics as well. According to Tim Osterholm in the Table of Nations and the Origin of the Races, modern genetics shows that when a large freely interbreeding group is suddenly broke into many smaller groups, which from then on breed only among themselves, as the biblical description of the language dispersion of Babel would imply, different racial characteristics will arise very rapidly. It can be shown that one pair of middle brown parents could produce all known shades of color, from very white to very black, in one generation. The racial characteristics which exist today have not evolved, and generally speaking are simply different combinations of pre-existing or created genetic hereditary information. Ramey and Keon Hodgson, born April 2005, and Leighton Caden Richardson, born July 2006. Well, they're in a picture that I didn't have room to stick on this one slide, but they're fraternal black and white twins. More incredible was the birth of two sets of mixed race twins by Allison and Dean Durant. Their first twins were born in 2001, and their second twins arrived in November 2008, which were pictured in the picture that was on the website. Other fraternal twin births include Alicia and Jasmine Yungru, born May 2006, and Ryan and Leo Girth, who were born in July 2008, but they weren't pictured, all providing proof of such genetic detail. The environment plays a secondary role in favoring certain combinations over others. So I said that basically to let us know that yes, black people, well, quote unquote black people, we're really Hebrews, but as long as two of the same color are mating, you can get any combination basically as singles under the rainbow. You can have a very light child. In fact, did y'all know that Esau is actually albino?
Yes.
Is that Esau? Okay.
And Noah as well.
Noah too. Yeah, I was about to say Noah is.
Yes.
I know about Noah. Mm-hmm.
Noah is too. Yes. He was born bright.
Yep.
And so yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's everybody came from us. So and then my opinions also here. I don't believe in races, as we've been taught by our oppressors, the white supremacists. There is but one race, the human race. God was never discriminated against people because of their skin color, as is the precedent today, as if one was supreme to the others. To do so only works to take away from Yahweh's value system and to exalt the values of the oppressors of this age. We cannot continue to behave like the characters in Spike Lee's movie School Days amongst ourselves. There are no wannabes, nor are there jigaboos.
That's right.
These false values that have been a part of our oppressors' hatred and mistreating of our ascendants and have been handed down to us via slavery. We must be cleansed of these negative behaviors by Yahweh. We cling to these behaviors even though we don't think that we do. We have to strive to keep this type of behavior removed from our consciousness and to cleave to Yahweh's value system, which only gives credence to holiness or Kadash, and following Yahweh's Torah according to Ecclesiastes 12:13. Someone grab that real quick if you don't mind. Anybody grab Ecclesiastes 12 and 13?
I got it. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. For Elohim and guard his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
He said, fear Elohim, right?
I'm reading from Sefer, and it says, let us hear the conclusion. Oh, yes, fear Elohim, Cain, and guard his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Right. So anything else that we're doing is, that's all of that can, it can be considered unnecessary, especially in Yahweh's eyes. It's, because we're actually supposed to be doing, what did Yahshua's prayer say? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So that kind of points the finger back to Ecclesiastes 12:13, which is basically telling us that this is it. We are, Psalms, I believe it's Psalms Tehillim 100 says that we are his people, the sheep of his pasture. So. And first, I want to quickly just show you. Let me see if I can. Can y'all see the map clearly? You might not be able to see the words. I'm trying to find out how I can make those words a little bit bigger.
Go up to your right corner, and you should be able to magnify it.
Looking for it. Where did it go?
Try hitting the control button and the plus sign at the same time. Oh yeah, you can zoom.
Zoom. Yeah, hit zoom. There you go.
Wow. Okay. One more time. So let's get that. Let's get that in there.
Make it a slideshow. Go to the top left slideshow right there. Fourth one. There. Oh, you gotta get rid of that. Doesn't want to work. Huh.
Just push zoom. Zoom, right?
Zoom didn't work for him either. It didn't let. He's having problems.
Well, I was trying to make it bigger so that y'all could see all of the countries. Let me escape for a second. It doesn't. It's for some reason it's not letting me go.
It's only letting him go to 100.
Yeah, I want to go to 100. I'll try it one more time.
Slideshow should have done it.
Wait. You might have to get out of Norm.
Let me get out of there.
Oh.
Oh, you mean the from online?
Go up to normal in the left corner.
Yep.
And just hit it and see what it does.
It's not doing its thing.
It's stuck on normal. Yeah.
Right. It should. If he went to slideshow, it would take up his whole screen.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get that particular one to do. Then if I can just pause it.
Yeah, start the slideshow.
Let me put this. Let me see. Okay. How do I get it to go? Okay. I get it to go different directions like this. Okay. It's not quite. Not quite. But because we're
fit to window over there by Zoom, fit to window. Maybe that might
fit to window.
Yeah, that.
Let me go back.
No.
Now,
No, that's it. Okay, try what I said before, the Control Plus key.
There we go.
He making it bigger. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever you did, made it bigger.
make it a little bit wider. Can you all see it better, or is it? I was trying to make it.
Canada and Greenland and Russia and China. And
You just making it wide, but we can. I mean, I could see if I,
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Get close to
well,
the screen.
The main reason why I'm showing this part, is because it's it's going, we're going to be looking at to the east. Of course, where we're facing every time that we're praying, everything is in this general area. You see Turkey here. What is that? You see the Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, China, India, but the majority of our texts, as we're reading the word, are going to be focused in Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the Sudan, parts of, in some cases, Libya, definitely Turkey. Ceylon should be in there somewhere. There's, of course, Iran and Iraq, and a few parts of India later, as time goes on, and the diaspora, begin to move. Also, eventually, what happens is that people from here in Africa began to sail here into the United States as well. But that's going to be later on down the line, and we're going to make sure to get to that. But this is the map that we really want to deal with. I mean, this one will get me to 200%. Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of I'm sure some of you all recognize some of the names, such as Mitzrayim, Put, Canaan, Dedan, Yoktan, Havilah, Shinar, Eber up here, and Peleg and Ashur. We're going to be talking about all of these characters. This, and of course, Shem. Mm-hmm. And in fact, Shem is our next slide. Now let me get out of Zoom. See if I can shrink this. Here we go. Shem, of course, like I pointed out last week, is glory or glorious and name. It also speaks of reputation, fame or someone being infamous. In fact, I'm not going to reiterate the entire definition like I did last week, but I just wanted to point it out. And then, of course, there's Eber's name. It's pronounced with the NG at the beginning. That's somewhat that's how this character is pronounced. It's the Yain, and it's pronounced much differently than the Elep. Elep has more of a kind of a quiescent H sound at the beginning. This is not an overwhelming H, like hey, but it's it's kind of a light type type of sound. So you know everything has sound. Nothing is exactly quiet. And Eber being the least of those that are quiet. But as you can plainly see, it means Eber means overcome, or overcomer means abundant, abundance, or abundantly, and high, or highest. So you know I want us to keep those in mind as we move forward. I'm gonna follow scriptures, these scriptures, as you know, as well as in Genesis 10:21 through 32. Next, but now you all recall why the name Shem is so important, right?
Because he's the father of the Hebrews.
Right.
Wait, say again, James.
He's the father of the Hebrews.
Well,
one reason.
He's yes. Well, yeah. In Genesis 10:21, that it actually states that directly, doesn't it? It says that he is the he's the father of all the children of Eber.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I read that to someone a couple years ago. They were like, "What kind of pervert is Shem?" Like, no, that has nothing to do with perversion. What it basically means is that Shem, that everyone who's born to Eber has their origin in Shem. Shem is number one, the number one boy to come out of the flood. He's also the firstborn. How many of you know the importance of the firstborn son?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the firstborn son gets the inheritance.
Yep. Yep.
Exactly. And so that was Shem. He started out with the inheritance. You know, this is why we're still blessed. It's because we're after Shem. He keeps see he doesn't stop blessing his children because the gifts and callings of Yahweh are without repentance. He doesn't take it away from you. Not completely. Not until that last day when you have decided that you're going to follow the world. He gives everyone a chance. I'm not going to say that he's Elohim of a second chance. He's the Elohim of another chance.
Okay.
Which means that every time that you've walked away from him, he's always been there for you. How many of y'all can attest to that?
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah.
Yeah.
Praise.
I mean, I know that in my life, that's definitely been the case. I mean, even after he's introduced himself to you, even if your parents don't know, guess what? He just like he did with Shemuel. You know, he was being called as a baby.
Yeah.
He thought Eli kept calling him.
Yeah.
You know, he came to him twice, and then Eli said, "Next time that happens, say, 'Here I am, Yahweh.'" So really, when he calls you, well, actually, when he chooses you, there are none that can stand in your way if you can only hear him.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can. There's no one and nothing that can hinder you. So, that's
right.
the importance of the firstborn. You know, being being the firstborn son, unlike Esau, who basically sold his birthright for a pottage of meat, who actually didn't even really consider it to be anything serious. That's why the Bible in the book of Romans says that Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't take it seriously. So
Yeah. You snooze, you lose.
exactly. Now, what does Genesis 10:21 have to do with anything? Well, it's the meaning of the names. For one, as you can see, Shem. The name. But what name is that? What name are you referring to? We're talking about the one and only name. Give me a chance to stick it on here real quick. Back home and let me enter it. Right?
Yeah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yahuwah.
Mm-hmm.
Yod Hey Wod Hey. That's the name that we bear. And then Eber, meaning Hebrew, or
Overcomer.
Yep. Didn't mean for that to happen there. I'll straighten it out later. But,
just hit the undo button at the top.
Yeah. No. I was trying not to stop, but let me.
Yeah, right there. One more time. There you go.
Yeah. And that's not all, but this author stated that the patrilineal priesthood began with Adam. Why they did all of this, I have no idea. Or how. That's all of the
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you what does that mean? Okay.
It changed it. It for some reason it changed it all to that what do you call that? The
regular script. Yeah.
Yeah, the Times New Roman.
Mm-hmm.
I try to keep all of my presentations in that script. That way, it's I can't get this one in here. Come on.
And that Mike Blundino, I believe you referred to him last week as well.
Yeah,
we saw this page.
It's the same one.
Yeah, it's the same page.
Yep, it's the same one.
As far as he got a little further than this. We just missed out on the last 3 pages, I think.
I'm gonna have to look up that book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
What is the name of the book?
Where'd I put it? Oh, it's in
Oh, I'm sorry. If it's coming up, don't worry about it. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's right in here.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, there it is. Melchizedek could be Shem, son of Noah, by Mike. Yeah. Okay.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the. Well, this is the site that the quote from the book comes from. But
okay.
Well, he wrote a book, but this was just a small quote from that book.
Mm-hmm.
Get back.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and fix all of this stuff, somewhere down the line here.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now, I'm not familiar with that concept. Is that something that people believe, that Melchizedek could have been Shem?
Well, in fact, if I'm not, I'm still waiting to be able to purchase the books, but in the book of remembrance, actually says that it's not only him, but that because it's a patrilineal priesthood that it passed down to certain generations. In fact, all the ones who you see all before Levi or Levi making sacrifice were the priesthood.
Okay.
Which included Abraham, because Abraham, we saw Abraham making Yahweh Yireh, that altar, all the ones who build altars and make the sacrifices are the Kohen or Kohanim.
I have heard of that. I have heard of that concept before. Okay. But because I taught a lesson on that.
Cool.
But I'll put it this way. I don't agree with that for a simple fact. You have scriptures that says that he had no beginning and no end.
Well, right. That's in the book of Hebrews.
That's true.
And Shem, as we all know,
had a beginning and an end.
And an end.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's good.
So
That's good.
I'm gonna have to revisit that lesson and bring it back out.
I've never heard that before. I had never heard that.
I get that. The thing is, the priesthood, the reason why it has no beginning and no end really is, King of Righteousness isn't just referring to a person. It's itself referring to the priesthood.
To the priesthood. Okay.
Priesthood doesn't die.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
We're all our own priests right now. So the priesthood, it never ceases. How's the Bible say it? Sometimes a world without end.
Yeah.
That certain things are going to continue. Now, and now we're called. I believe it's in the book of Peter. I think it's First Peter. In fact, says that he says that we're a royal priesthood. So, yeah, we're we all have the ability to sacrifice before Yah, not for sin, as Sister Yakar pointed out.
Yeah.
But there's still thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That we owe Yahweh. There's still praises that we owe him. So each of us offer up the sacrifices of praise and joy and everything we should be doing it on an everyday basis because he loves the smell.
Yeah. That barbecue.
Negroes.
Right.
That barbecue.
Exactly. Burn up all that fat on the altar.
Woo!
You go to somebody's house in the hood, knock on their door to see if they got a plate, if they can spare an extra plate or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Joaquin.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Can you explain a little why the Hebrew that you written is different from the Hebrew behind me?
It's only because of the fact that was what was available online. That was the font that was available online.
Okay.
Because in all actuality, I plan on just creating my own font to put on my laptop so I can type everything in that specific font.
Okay, because that's pictograph, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's this is all pictographic Hebrew. It's the what I actually call the ancient, because I mean really we don't have well, we know that the modern is basically, you know, we basically call it Yiddish, because what it basically does is it takes European words and spells them out in with the Hebrew lettering system, and that's, you know, that's not true Hebrew.
You know what we call it around here?
Right.
What? You finna say something I know. What?
Yeah.
I know it. I just know.
What we call it?
What you call it?
Add a SH onto it.
What?
Yeah, onto the front.
Add a SH to the front.
And
what's that spell?
You need to stop.
And move the Y.
Oh,
And
good
move
gracious.
the Y.
Y'all acting up.
Because I mean, basically what they did is copied everything. Well, not everything. That, you know, they took their own words and put their own words in there. For instance, the word ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the word ghetto is not an English word. It's not,
Right. It's Jewish. It's a Jewish word.
Mm-hmm.
It's Yiddish.
Yeah, Yiddish.
And what it actually is speaking to is to a group of people who are from the same community, or from the same nationality, who all live together in a tenement.
Yep, in the same building. Yep.
Yeah, that's
isn't it dramatic in its etymology?
Yeah, it's straight up German.
Mm-hmm.
Ghetto, and what was that? You guys, some of y'all that are in my age group, all remember this show named Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, that's my show.
Why do I remember that?
That's my show.
At the beginning, they started singing a song that had
Jamil, Shamato.
Yep, Shamazo, House and Pepper Incorporated. Yeah,
Right.
Yep.
Those are all Yiddish terms.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And we were singing it too. Joe was singing.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, this, you know, we didn't, but, you know, years later now, well, you know, me being a person who just follows language anyway, you know, I hear somebody say it and it's like, wait a minute. That sound like Laverne? Wait a minute. Let me play a theme song.
And they were definitely Jewish. They were Jewish.
So was. Yep.
Yep.
Most shows.
Y'all,
I didn't know most of them are about all broadcasting, even my son in the industry.
Wait, say it again, sis?
They own the industry. That's what they do. They're producers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're producers and everything.
Who was that? Norman Lear.
Norman Lear.
He did all those shows.
He's
a Jew.
Yeah, he is a Jew, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And Penny Marshall and her brother, what was his name? Gary
Marshall. Yep.
Jews.
Yep.
All of them. Oh my goodness. Lenny and Squiggy.
Yep.
All of them. Yeah.
All of them were Jewish. All of them.
The Fonz.
I mean,
Pinky Tuscadero. All of them.
Yeah, exactly. They all were.
Now I'm really telling on myself.
Right. But look, wait a minute. MGM.
Oh, yeah, Meyer Goldwyn. Yeah,
Meyer.
You're right. Yep. Goldwyn Mayer.
Meyer.
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Warner Brothers.
Sony.
Warner.
Fox.
Yeah, they running it.
And all of those Steam people. Stein. You know, that's what their last names end in. Steen.
The Steens and Stein.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, watch this. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
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 So
Most definitely.
yeah.
You're right.
Wow.
All of that is
They run the
their
industry.
world
Yeah.
to the Sephardim and the Ashkenazim.
Ooh, and you didn't even go into the Berg, Spielberg.
Bergs, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. One of the better movie directors of all time, they say. Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Right.
And the Newmans and oh my gosh. Just everybody. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I mean, you know, it's incredible what a little word study will do for you. You know, you find things that you never really knew existed. You know, and you know, to me it's mind blowing. It's, you know, and it's all through language. It's you know, to me it's just fascinating. But see, that's why, and this is the thing that I always say. That's why I study Hebrew.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because you find stuff. It's like, what is that doing there? And you know, then in also in people's in the names of companies and corporations, you find some of these pictographic Hebrew characters.
Yep.
Like, wait a minute, what's that doing part of it? You know, and you. So really, and that's why I call the course the hidden language, because it's scattered throughout the world. People are using it, using the not just the characters, but the words as well. That's why I don't mind teaching it, because, you know, at least your world becomes open. You know, you can see that looks just like the right. So that's why I study Hebrew. Now, Shem's sons. Shem had 5 sons who would all become nations: Alam, Ashur, Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram. Aram, actually, I gotta go to another. Now let's move to Alam first. Alam, the territory that he stayed in was between Shushan, which is in Persia, or we can later call it Iran, and Media, or Media. Did those spark anything? Persia, Media. They became these people.
Middle Persians, yep.
The Middle Persians. Y'all remember King Darius? From the book of Daniel? Yeah.
He was one of the nicer kings.
One of the... Wait, what was that, sis?
He kind of took heed. He wasn't as wicked as Nebuchadnezzar.
Right. Well, Nebuchadnezzar actually changed too.
Yeah, he did.
He actually,
His son was
right?
a wicked one.
Wait, say it again, sis?
Nebuchadnezzar's son was the wicked one, so you're right. Correct.
Right. Yeah. He actually wound up actually becoming like a beast after the dream that he had, that Daniel translated. I say translated because basically, you know, when we have dreams, sometimes dreams be in terms that you can't even express. So, and you see things, you see orders, and you see sequences and stuff that you can't explain. So you know, what I call a dream. You know, that's it is. I mean, a lot of them are visions, but we just don't know how if we even remember them when we awaken. You know, we don't know how to pull them out of our heads and say, okay, this is what I dreamed. You know,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then, we'll go back just a little bit. That the nation of Elam had a king named, and I'm sure y'all have heard of this king, Kedorlaomer, who ruled over Sodom and Gomorrah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now when all the servant kingdoms rebelled against him, he allied himself with 3 other kings, including how about that name?
Nimrod.
Oh, Nim.
And who came and kicked all their butts?
Abram.
Yeah, he came. He actually trained his servants to fight. So honestly,
I'm surprised.
I put this question to all y'all: what is wrong with us learning how to defend ourselves?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's right.
Exactly.
Through Christianity, we've been taught that
Right.
to be sheep.
I'm surprised Nimrod lived that long. To Abraham's adulthood.
Well, no, yeah. Well, thing is,
I know he was.
Thing is about Nimrod. Nimrod held Abraham's father Terah, and as he was one of his major people. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't want to get too far because we're just gonna discuss it again. But yeah, he came to he came on like gangbusters to come and rescue Lot, Haran's son, because he raised the boy as his own son.
Why? Because his father
Haran
ran into the terrorist home.
Yep.
That was on fire.
Yep.
That was set.
That he set. Abraham set that fire.
Exactly. That Abraham set. So that's why he felt obligation to raise Lot.
There you go. Exactly.
And I never knew that until I read Jasher.
Yeah, exactly. All that. See, that's why I don't agree with how people sit there and say, "Oh, you can't read any of these books," and and that they've been they've not been included in a so-called what is it called?
Canon.
Canonized.
Canon. There you go. Yep, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Thank y'all. Yep. A canon.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But this is how you know that they don't know the scriptures, because the book of Yashar is in the Bible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure is.
With the book of remembrance and the book of Jubilees.
There you go.
Yep. Exactly.
That's what made me, as a matter of fact, venture out. When it says this information you can find in the book of Yasher, I said, wait a minute, book of Yasher.
Right.
And that's what made me start looking. Yep.
Right. You know what?
And it was one of the
made me start looking.
Oh.
What made me start looking at, not to cut you off, Sister Yakar, but when Yehuda quoted directly out of the book of Enoch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure did.
And the other one I was about to say is this in the New Testament. I want to say it's in James, but they were speaking about Moshe when it was Jambres and what was the other one? The two magicians. Yes, Giannis and Yambre. And I said, wait a minute, where these names come from? And I looked them up, and it took me right on into Enoch. It took, that's where their names got mentioned.
Yeah.
Might have been Yasher too, but it took me out of the KJV is my point.
Right.
Exactly. So how can you deny these books if them see? That's when you have cherry picking going on.
Oh, wait a minute, Brother Mark, I got a funny joke. Because, you know, I told you I came out of the Hebrew Christianity sector, right?
Right.
And so my mom is still wrapped up in it because my brother, who brought us into the knowledge period, he's a teacher. He's gone so far as to be a teacher. He's been in that sector for 6 years now. He started teaching his third year. So my mom, you know how moms is about their sons. So, but she's been studying what I've been sharing with her. So she says to him last Shabbat, she says, well, something about the book of Enoch. She said, well, I don't see how you can say that it's not associated with the original Bible when it's mentioned in the King James right here. He's like, well, Mom, a lot of books, he thought it was being profound and clever. He said something to the degree of, well, Mom, a lot of books after the flood. She said, well, Noah was after. She said, well, all the other books before Noah was before the flood. They was founded. So he thought he could throw her off by saying, oh, well, after the flood, all the books, blah, blah, blah. So, and she stepped right on his toes. He couldn't say nothing after that. Because, I mean, that was just a weak excuse, you know. He's trying to make up an excuse for why they just want to stick to those 66 books.
Yeah.
That's sad, but hey.
Yeah, well, thing is, the reason why I don't do any of the numbers that come out of Gematria is because they're all part of the Jewish mysticism. Kabbalah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, they, in fact, one of their favorite numbers is 66.
Wow.
Yep.
66, 666. In fact, have you ever seen? No, I know you guys have seen it. We call it the Star of David.
Oh yeah, Remphan.
Yeah.
It's actually Remphan.
Right.
Yep.
You know what that actually really is?
Yeah, it's the devil's mark. It's something is called. I forgot.
That's when Solomon was practicing Kabbalism and alchemy.
See, a lot of brothers in this truth try to use that as an excuse because of Solomon. They say, well, Solomon represented it. You guys have heard that? And I'm like, well, Solomon fell into a whole bunch of idolatry.
Exactly.
You know, they try to make it seem like it's acceptable because that's what they do. No. Like the brother was saying last night, Catrael. They try to find something that complements whatever they want. And whatever is easy for them, for them to digest and then roll with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. They self-justify all the time, and that's that makes it like
Acts 7:43. It says, "Yea, ye took up the tabernacle of Molech, and the star of your god Remphan, figures which ye made to worship them, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon."
And also, I noticed something too, because in my study of these. The occult, I'm not saying that something's a cult. The difference between the occult and a cult is that the occult actually, that word means hidden.
The secret thing.
Occult. Right. That's stuff that they hide away from other people to delve in. In fact, what's the most known hidden thing is the golly, James, help me. You know I be talking about all the time.
What is
the builders that
Masonry.
There we go. Freemasonry.
Yeah.
Freemasonry. You know that they're. Go Go ahead. Well, you know that their symbol, the protractor and the
G.
with the G in the middle.
It's the Star of David.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother's amazing. My oldest brother's amazing. Oh, I got some interesting characters in my family.
Oh,
my
girl.
oldest brother is a Mason for many years, for almost 20 odd years now.
Yeah, I got some Masons, Eastern Star.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was my mom and my dad. My father was a Mason, and my mom was an Eastern Star.
Yep.
So,
yeah, my grandmother was an Eastern Star. And she tried to bring me in, but I was not going.
That's right. They do all that chanting with those.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man, it's horrible.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's why I could never get with the Greek culture in college. Couldn't do it.
Right.
It's those secrets of society.
Yeah.
It's they're all completely against Yah. And thing is that the protractor and the what is that ruler called again? It's slipping my mind.
Compass. The compass.
No, it's the protractor and the what is that ruler? That's the
protractor and it starts with I don't know. I think it starts with the
It's at the bottom of the it's under the protractor. It's the symbol of the Masons.
Oh.
Yeah.
In fact, when you draw them together, you get the Star of David.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me see.
So that's that's little hidden clues that
No, I was right. It's called the compass. I just looked it up.
Oh, okay.
Compass. Is this the compass? Okay.
Yeah, it's a compass. Yeah.
Yeah, because it has a ruler at the bottom, and then it has like a
I know what you guys are talking about now.
Yeah, I'm looking at
The protractor on top.
You have the protractor on top, the G in the middle, and it's a compass. Most compasses are they're like half circles. But theirs they make like a what do you call those? A square. That's what you think.
Square. It's square.
A square. Yeah. That's what it looks
square.
like.
That was what I meant to call it. But
yeah, I see that now. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. T-square, in fact.
Yep.
We used to call it T-squares. Yep.
Yep. T-squares. Yep. Or L square. You used to call them L squares.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. But yeah, that's I mean, that's where all of that stuff from the and really a lot of that stuff is from Babylon. Let me just do this pointing out. Mm-hmm. This guy right here, Nimrod.
Mm-hmm.
Nimrod. He worshipped the world over.
Yeah, he did a lot. He did a lot. He did Christmas, didn't he?
Well, actually, that's supposedly his son, but
Nimrod.
But
okay. Right. Okay.
His wife Semiramis. Well, this is his wife's name, Semiramis, or Semiramis, however you want to pronounce it. She she had a son.
Right.
And what is his name?
Tammuz.
Yep.
Tammuz.
Yep.
Some people associate that as the Trinity too, don't they? Don't they call that the Trinity or something? I heard them associated with the Trinity.
Yeah, some people.
A lot of it is.
Yeah.
A lot of it is, and that gives the Roman Catholics their excuse. It gives
oh my goodness.
Some of the religions in Africa, they have Ra, they got Osiris, and they got Isis.
Right.
Oh, and Janus and Jambres, they were the two magicians in Exodus 7, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Exodus chapter 7. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
They were the ones that were trying to buy the Ruach Kadosh.
No, they were the ones that when Moses threw down the staff, they threw down. They was able to do tricks too. Let's put it like that.
Oh.
They were trying to diminish what Yah was doing.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. I thought you said an act, so I thought you were talking about those two guys that thought miracles being performed and was trying to buy the gift.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh no, that was.
Now you're thinking
that
about
was Simon.
Jesus, Bar Jesus.
Bar Jesus.
Yeah, that was. Yep. Simon. Yep.
Simon,
Yeah.
Simon,
Uh-huh.
Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing, James. They mentioned, but their names weren't mentioned. And
Right.
so when I did the research, and I want to say it's in Titus James. I'm sorry if it's in James. When their actual names got stated, I was like, wait a minute, where did these people come from? And that's what took me out. That was one of the other things that took me out of the standard KJV into other books.
Right.
Because what they did is mentioned in Exodus, but their names are not mentioned.
Right.
But it's the same, guys.
Yep.
It's 7 o'clock.
Just a little note, right?
Mm-hmm. That
Just a little
I'm
note.
telling you, it's deep. Know these words is deep.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
big
like
time.
puzzle pieces. You can start putting stuff together.
They
Exactly.
say it's power in numbers, but there's more power in words.
Yep.
Yep.
You're right.
There is this power in words. It's sure is. And that's done on purpose because, I mean, look at the creation.
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh speaks.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Every molecule aligned, by his word. It's it's incredible to just think that and in fact, I showed this one time too. Let me here's a somewhat empty page here. Let me break this down. You all remember this word, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, I broke it down.
In the very beginning.
That's where the separation is, right there. Uni. Of course, uni means, uni means verse, actually means
Wow.
universe, means this is one word. And what word is that? It's this word. Or which means
Let there be. Oh, okay.
yeah, speaking of words, right? Speaking of words, that's the thing. It's words are powerful because Yahweh put power in those words. Let me quickly get back to our lesson here. Assure. What's this? Somebody popped something up in my. There we go. Okay, Assure became the nation of Assyria, located to the north of Babylon or Iraq. An individual by this name is also mentioned in Genesis chapter 10, 11 and 12 in the story of the Tower of Babel. Rashi comments that when he saw that his children were listening to the wicked Nimrod and rebelling against Yahweh by building the tower, he departed from them. He also built several cities, including Nineveh. Anybody remember Nineveh?
Who can forget?
Right.
Isn't that what Jonah was commanded to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
boy,
Yep.
careful.
Yeah. Jonah. So yeah, just as we're going through, I'm trying to put some markers in place that everybody sort of knows. So that they're not just places like, oh, this happened here, making landmarks.
Mm-hmm.
So that when we get there, you know, we can finally this. So that's why this happened. So you know,
Mm-hmm.
the next son was Lud. Josephus of Flavius Josephus. Flavius Josephus seems to identify them with the Lydians of Asia Minor, which today is called
Turkey.
Yeah. They're now. I've been to Turkey, and in fact, there was a group of us trying to get to the top of the mountains where we heard that the ark was Noah's ark.
Uh-huh.
And you know, I was in the military at the time, and there were people positioned up there with guns, telling us we need to carry our behinds back down the mountain because don't nobody get to come up here.
Uh-huh. I heard that before.
So do they have them marked off like private territory or trespassing if you were to try and?
Yep. Yeah, that's why they had.
Is it still called?
Yeah, that's why they had guards there. I mean, you know, we didn't know it originally, but as we got up the mountain, they were like, "Yeah, y'all need to go on back down because this
Now,
is."
was it still called Mount Ararat? Was it still called that?
No. In fact, the Bible doesn't even call it Mount Ararat. It says that it was in the mounts of Ararat.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
yeah, right.
That territory is actually known as Armenia right now.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, so now it's a quote unquote state owned property.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me ask you a question for the brothers. Well, want to answer, Brother Mons, Brother Joaquin, or Brother Yain. When the Most High said His word will be established to all even the remote parts of the earth, with the time that we're in now, would you think that He meant that in a physical sense, that or is He saying that since we're everywhere, we're going to wake up in these different parts, or does it mean that His word has to be carried over to, you know, some of the remote? Because, you know, that I always wondered, I say, oh, we know the end that comes, so His word is established everywhere. When we say remote, we know that means cracks and crevices and here and there. So, and then some of these places now, even with technology, don't have internet or whatever, what have you. So, will we conclude that He meant that in the physical, that people would have to get there to spread that word? I can't hear you. Brother Marcus,
I was seeing someone else is going to tackle.
Okay. Yeah, I will give a twofold answer, and both of them would be yes. Because technology, you know, you can reach into the Amazon forest, you know. So, but He's given us an opportunity to not just hear it, but to turn and come into the truth and to follow the law, statutes, commandments. So, yeah, I mean, it's worldwide. Everybody from here to Russia, you know, we're spread all over the four corners of the earth. But it's not just pertaining to us; it's also pertaining to the Gentiles as well.
Correct. He said, no man will be without excuse, you know, to be able to say they didn't hear. So I'm like,
right.
When we say remote, I'm thinking like even the wood, you know, everywhere.
Right. Not just hearing it, but to also walk it out.
Mm-hmm.
Obedience, yep.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I have said the same thing, you know, ask myself, well, dog, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody has at least heard of, you know, Yahshua, but, you know, they think in terms of Jesus, everybody's heard of, Jesus, but the only difference is, they've heard, but have they turned from their paganistic ways and start following the law, statutes, commandments? You got to remember, we're still waking up.
Right.
So, and the promise and the inheritance is given to us. And we're, some of us are rejecting it.
Correct.
So, that goes into that Romans and that Matthew, where it says that, the Gentiles will be grafted in, and be the broken branch that would be reinstalled, to the tree. Because, for the simple fact, too many of us, we've heard about this, that we the people, we the Israelites, and we'll continue walking on like we ain't heard nothing. But how can I get mad, or how can we get mad if we do have these Gentiles, all over the world that is, following the laws, statutes, commandments, and following the feast days? How can we get mad because they took something that we threw it in the garbage, but they took it and carrying it out?
Yeah, and that's something.
And not only that, but a lot. I'm gonna say this, and then you come in, Joaquin. But it's like this. Some of those Gentiles in Israel, they following our belief system better than we are.
Yeah.
And a lot of them know that we are the true chosen people. But guess what? They waiting on us to take our rightful place.
Yeah.
And then they'll hand off the torch. But guess what? At least somebody is carrying it out and somebody is doing it.
Right. Wow. True.
Exactly. And I was just going to piggyback off of that. Know that Romans chapter 8 speaks of the manifestations, the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh as well. Talking about that the whole creation groans while it's waiting for us to get it together. Even nature knows.
Wow.
And most of us don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Mott also just brought a scripture to mind. Brother Mott is familiar with the, I think it was more like a parable, but I want to say it's in the Old Testament. Let me just explain it, where it was talking about, it might have been in the New Testament, the person being laid down in the street, and the priest passed by, this one passed by, but the stranger passed by, took the man up, took him to care, paid for his care, and, so that's just like the Gentiles. That's what he's saying. We took his word, we trashed it, but they're going to get it, grab hold to it, and treat it with respect and love. So, it's sad. Yeah.
It opened the parables of Yahshua, in fact. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's us. We trash the word, but the stranger's going to come and grab hold to it.
Isn't that the Jews or the Khazars right now? That the information was entrusted to them until we wake up.
Right. And that's what I'm speaking of. I'd rather for somebody to carry out our culture, and rituals and what we're supposed to do, rather than it being lost. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they actually do follow the dietary law, the kosher law. And how can we get mad at that?
Right.
It's just like, what I'm saying, like a father having two sons, and one of them, goes out into the world, and the other son is right there soaking up and understanding and following his father's instructions. How's that other son gonna get mad because you were in the world, messing up your inheritance and not learning from the father, and then you come back, even if you are the first son, how you gonna get mad at your brother because he stayed there and stayed humble and obedient? You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's sad, but like I said, it's still showing that the Most High is still allowing our inheritance be carried and saved for us. So we still gonna come back and pick it up, the remnant.
Because you got to look at in all of that Maccabees time and stuff, where they were burning all the Bibles, burning all the temples.
Yeah.
They were trying to keep that information from us so tough. But y'all let those people get the information, hold on to it, and now we're gonna take it back. Because we wouldn't even have these books if it wasn't for them.
Yes.
Right.
Now watch this. Remember how Rome burnt Alexander, the Library of Alexandria.
Yep.
Burnt all of our book and information. But look how he still has the Dead Sea Scrolls and all these other books that still survive.
Yeah.
See, so no matter what they try to destroy our history, they'll never be able to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. Praise Yah.
All praise.
Yeah.
And as we can see too here in this on this particular slide, well, we see the area kind of broken down as to where everything was. It was bound on the east. Lydia was bound, or Lud was bound on the east by Greater Phrygia, which is the Asian side of Turkey, which is the eastern side of Turkey, western side of Turkey. Then in the north by Mysia, which is a Grecian territory, and on the west by Ionia, or Greece itself, and the Aegean Sea. And on the south, it was separated from Caria by the Meander. That's the Meander is a river. It's the best and most recent critics regard the Lydians as Shemites, and consequently descendants of Lud as well. They consider them to all be under Shem. They've pretty much disappeared at this point, seemingly. I haven't heard anything about them in any kind of news or read about them in any articles or anything so far, except now this I have to get if I can find it. And there's that's Herodotus. But in Isaiah 66:19, they're known to be a warlike people, and they're mentioned in connection with Tarshish and Pool. So they're still, they would, that means that they're in that general area. And again, in Ezekiel 27:10, the prophet says that they're of Persia and of Lud and of Put. Put, of course, is Libya. So, it's like middle of mid northern Africa, and a little bit north. So they said that and they of Persia, Iran, and of Lud and of Put were in your army, your men of war. So they're pointing out the territory of Lud was that's what Ezekiel was basically saying about them at that point. But some of these names have actually became cities in the larger, for instance, their fathers, the countries that were named after their fathers, they settled in smaller cities in some of those countries. So they haven't completely disappeared, but there's not there may not be much going on Now on to Aram. He had 4 sons: Uts, Hul, Geter, and Mash. All of them are I'm going to show. And now these guys, these here I go. The Arameans, they're a confederacy of tribes, but guess what language they spoke? Aramaic. Now between the 11th and the 8th centuries BC, they occupied Aram, which is a large region in northern Syria. Now, in the Old Testament, did y'all see this?
Yes. Yes.
Closely related to the Hebrews. Therefore, the language that they speak is also closely related to Hebrew.
And where do the Chaldeans fit in there?
Oh, I think we're getting to the
okay. Okay.
So okay. I got them in here. I'm gonna.
No, that's okay. Okay,
no,
I didn't know. Okay.
No, you're good. You're good. I tried to cover as much as I could, make sure everybody got,
Mm-hmm.
But they see they were living in northern Syria around Haran. It's not named after Haran.
Mm-hmm.
Not named after Abram's brother Haran.
Okay.
So that's where Aram is now. Now Uts, he's the son of Aram and grandson of Shem. Shem's first son, Arpachshad is actually how his name is pronounced. He was born 2 years after the flood, and his remaining sons would have been born in some reasonable sequence thereafter, around maybe 36 years apart, according to Genesis 11:10 through 26. It's unlikely that Aram was born past the 1st century after the flood. In fact, I believe he was born 2 years after the flood. The events at Babel took place during the 5th generation, during the generation of Peleg, who's also coming up soon, and Uts would have been alive during that time. The land of Uts is later associated with the territories of Edom. According to Lamentations 4:21, which is near the area southwest of the Dead Sea. Anybody recognize that area?
Mm-hmm.
The Dead Sea, what is that close to? No, I ask you, what city is that?
Mitzrayim.
Where the Dead Sea sits?
Mitzrayim, Egypt.
No.
Oh, the Dead Sea sits.
Quran? Yeah.
Qumran.
Yep.
Which is also where?
Iraq.
What else was found in Qumran?
Yeah, the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Exactly. Yep. It's and toward the upper reaches of Sinai, just east of Egypt, and just north of the Red Sea. It's not a very pleasant area.
I got to see some of the scrolls. I got to see some when they were on tour. They came through my town back in 2000.
Wow.
Yep.
Now that don't get you to fall after the Most High.
Thank you. Oh yeah, thank you. Because I got to see the name and everything on the page. Yep.
Wow.
The closest I got to any ancient artifact was the museum in Washington, D.C., the black, oh wow, I hope it's coming. Please tell me some of y'all have already been there too. Oh man, I'm telling you, got the slave ships with our ancestors' names, the different names of the ships. Oh, it was awesome. I'm telling you, I didn't want to leave.
What Hebrew script was it written in?
The name was in the original Paleo, ancient script.
Oh, ancient script. Okay.
I always get the word wrong, but the tetra, the YHWH in the Hebrew script. Not Hebrew, I'm sorry, Paleo. What he's showing up here, he calls it, what do you call it something different than me, but yes, what he's highlighting now, it was written like what's on your, it's written like what's on the back of your screen, James.
Oh, this?
It's is that making sense?
And that was the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Yeah.
It was written in Paleo?
It was, no. It was in the names. When you see I'm trying to do my screen. When you saw his name, it was in that original script. The rest of it is written,
because I saw the Dead Sea Scrolls, and that's what I had questioned. It's written in modern Hebrew,
right? But his name was in the original script. Now, I don't know what that's about.
I'm going somewhere with this.
Oh, okay.
The Dead Sea Scrolls, if they were truly written by the ancient Hebrews, how could it be in modern Hebrew if modern Hebrew was not even in existence until later?
Yeah.
Are you following me?
I'm following you.
So that's a question. Are the Dead Sea Scrolls, are they real? Or are they invented?
It would depend on, okay, when did they find them? Like in 1940?
1948.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so they found them in 48, but it never was said when they were actually written. But his name appears in that Paleo.
Right. I understand that.
So your question is a good one, but I can't say when they were originally written.
Right. But once again, if
how modern is modern Hebrew? When did it come out?
Modern Hebrew wasn't even in existence until let me see, a couple of thousand
AD something.
AD, thousands of years later.
Ain't 1948 the time that Israel became a nation as well?
Right around that time.
Yeah.
The fake. You mean the wannabe?
Yeah. Well.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say point of correction. But let me ask this: I've heard that Paleo-Arabic or Arabic, what he's touching on, was really our first language, which was Hebrew, and that whatever we all consider modern is the Yiddish. Is that true? Because I've ran into a brother that taught that.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, it's Yiddish. Just like Joaquin explained earlier, the modern Hebrew is German in origin. So that's not original Hebrew. That's a made-up Hebrew. Like Benjamin Netanyahu.
Netanyahu, yeah.
Yeah, he's from Germany.
No, he's from here.
I mean, no. Benjamin Netanyahu.
Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Europe. He even said that his ancestors are from Europe.
His ancestors from right. Yeah, I know he speaks better American than I do.
Right.
It trips me out how these people like Saddam Hussein, who I learned was a CIA operative back during the days of John F. Kennedy, I'm like, wait a minute. So what the heck happened? He was trained here. He was dispatched from here, from the United States to be the leader over some of the Islamic countries and everything. But then, what did he do? Did he turn on them or something? Because they sent us after him. It's crazy how they just seem to have to be in control of everything.
Right.
They just they have to give the word, and then this person gets assassinated, this person gets blown up, this plane goes down and kills 3,000 people. It just it's crazy.
I'm actually looking for something. I can't find it though. I was looking for the actual program that I got when I went to see the scrolls. I'll have to find it. But yeah, I was looking for
Look, y'all, I'm just talking. I'm on mute. But we got to understand that these Khazars, these Khazars are very crafty, and they will invent things just to support the lie that they are the original people.
Right. Now, I agree with you there. I definitely agree with that.
So if Joshua and the disciples in the Council of Nicaea, even the translators translated, the scriptures to English, did they translate it from modern Hebrew or what the Paleo-Ancient Hebrew?
Right.
Yeah,
I hear you.
exactly.
I hear you.
And if it was, how could it have been as late as they said it was? I mean,
exactly.
That couldn't. I mean, I'm not the greatest logic guy, but that don't even make sense to me.
Right.
How in the world could things be back out of order? Well, I mean, we know that, American is only maybe 500 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit older than the country itself. It's not much older. So I mean, because I've got documents that are in Old and Middle English. The ones I usually have to as a reminder, for Old English, it's the old epic tale or epic poem, I should say, Beowulf. Then in the Middle English, it's the Canterbury Tales, and But the thing is, when you look at them, they all, both of them look almost like German. So, I mean, really, but then, traveling back in terms of linguistics or a language, you've got, you got American now, American, from to Middle English to Old English, from German or Deutsch, if you just want to call it that. That's a trip of maybe 250 years, maybe 300 years. Then, really, where they all came from was Latin, and they came from Greek, and Greek came from Hebrew.
Yeah.
So, so watching that whole thing, develop, it's like, wait a minute. So there are only certain things that they're going to be able to have translated or they may know about things, but that doesn't mean that they knew the language in which things were written before. They tried to put themselves back before, back at creation and whatnot. And I don't buy much of anything that anyone says anymore. It's like, okay, just come up with some manuscript that hasn't been rewritten all the way from, let's say 150 BC, stating your place. But me being a linguist, I've already studied your stuff. Even from a etymology standpoint. So, I know that a lot of your words, a lot of the words of American are only so old, So. Uh-oh. There it is. Well, it's 7:35 here in Michigan. What time is there for you guys? It's not
6:35.
Oh, 6:35. 6:35. Okay. I didn't. I don't want to carry y'all too far because this is going to be there's going to be a lot of information. So.
Yeah, I'm cool regardless. Just let me know.
Are we in the middle? How far are we?
We're actually, we're like just a little bit past the middle. So,
okay.
Because I'm going to put maybe a few more slides on here for next week because this is going to be, it's a lot of information because now we're uncovering thousands of years and thousands of years. So I didn't want to make anybody tarry too long, But,
no, I mean we can if we like past the halfway mark. Actually, we can continue it next week.
Okay.
How's everybody doing?
I'm fine.
Okay.
How's everybody on time?
Well, Shabbat.
Go ahead, Joaquin.
Oh yeah. Shabbat is over here, but.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can do 2 here. I mean.
We can actually, Joaquin, if you don't mind, we can actually continue this next week.
It's fine. I mean, even if you want to even if y'all want to do another subject, that's fine. I mean, I can break it up and stretch it out. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Let me see here.